Hi, everybody. So today we are finally here. We are having my top 10 favorite animated films of all time. And if you look at my previous list from 2015, you'll see that it's pretty close. There is a couple movies that hadn't come out yet by that point, so that switched things around a little bit. But my favorites are pretty consistent, so I don't think this list will surprise anybody too much. But here we go with my top 10. At number 10, I have The Secret of Nim. And I absolutely love this movie. I love Mrs. Brisby as a character. I guess that she's pretty different from the book. I haven't ever read the book. I love her character because she's such a humble and honest lead character. She's really only interested in saving her son, and her son is sick and needs to be moved. That's the only reason that she becomes involved. She does not want to be the hero. And I find that makes her so endearing and likable. I think that Jenner is such a chilling character as your villain. And I think that the animation is so beautiful. Especially the way it uses light and shadow is so gorgeous. And I think it's continually compelling and surprising. And it has such an interesting, likable lead character that it is one of my all-time favorites. It had to be number 10. And number 9 is Tangled. And Tangled is my favorite modern Disney film. I really love Rapunzel as a character. She reminds me a lot of my sister, which was kind of funny because she's very indecisive, just kind of like my sister is. I think this works so well because it is Disney's first romantic comedy. The banter between Flynn and Rapunzel is really unlike any other Disney princess movie. You could consider it almost to be as much Flynn Rider's story as it is Rapunzel's story. He's the first person to talk in the movie. He narrates the movie. He has a full character arc with him becoming Eugene by the end of the movie, and going from being a thief to our hero. I think that that's really great. And I think the Mother Gothel is such a great, deliciously evil villain. The way she uses motherhood to manipulate and control others is so wicked. And I like the songs. I think the songs are charming and fun. And so, yeah, I love Tangled. I think it's great. I think the animation is great. I love that they have the whole section with the dancing in the middle of town, because you never really see that in animated films, just like a unabated dance sequence. I love that. And I love Rapunzel's spirit and her attitude. And so it had to come in at number 9. Number 8, I have Song of the Sea. I could almost include all 3 of Tom Moore's movies. I loved this one so much, partly for personal reasons, that I saw it soon after my cousin passed away, and her little boys being left without a mother definitely made me connect with Ben in this movie and his longing for his mother. I thought that was so beautiful. And the end, when he finally gets to say goodbye, I'm just a wreck. His relationship with his sister, his struggles to communicate with her, I think is just so true and valid. I think the mythology throughout the movie is new and fresh and beautiful. The animation is absolutely gorgeous. I love the music, and the way that the music works with the animation is so stirring, and it's just, to me, a modern day a masterpiece. Absolutely love Song of the Sea. I love all 3 of his movies. I think are so great, and he just is an incredible filmmaker. And I'm so glad that we have him with us working today, producing these incredible films, making these films. So it's number 8. Number 7 for me is The Prince of Egypt. Absolutely love The Prince of Egypt. I think that what's most outstanding about it is the way that it controls its tone, and it's so reverent and awe-inspiring. And when he sees the burning bush, it is how I would imagine God is. This reverent, peaceful feeling, I think is so gorgeous. And of course, the animation is beautiful. I think the whole idea of the two brothers and their relationship and how it grows and flows throughout the movie, I think is really well done and makes a story that might seem kind of too epic to relate to, makes it feel very human and very genuine. I think the music is absolutely beautiful from Steven Schwartz. I love it. It's one of Hans Zimmer's less celebrated scores. The way that it just works with the animation and flows and just incredible sequences you have in this movie. Like the Party of the Red Sea, of course, is just so gorgeous. The burning bush, I think, is so beautiful. And I love it. The voice work the most works out. It's a little celebrity heavy for my taste if I was going to nitpick, but I just really love The Prince of Egypt so much. So it came in at number 7. 6 for me is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I was so dazzled when I saw this movie. The animation is so stunning. The scene where he flies, his great leap, it's one of the best sequences in a movie I've ever seen. It is so awe-inspiring. And I think that Miles is a very relatable character. I think that we feel for him in his relationship with his dad, in his relationship with his uncle, in his trying to fit in this school, which he doesn't fit in. All of that feels very relatable. I mean, I love all of the different Spider-Men that they have. That was so fun and funny and creative. They're all great. I like anime Spider-Man probably the most, but I really like all of them. Even Porky Spider-Man I think is great. Spider-Man Noir, I mean Nicolas Cage, that was brilliant, and I think that it's just and it's so exciting to see how it's going to be influencing animated films from here on out. It's already influenced so many, and it's going to continue to do so. And it's one of my favorite superhero movies of all time. And I especially absolutely just love the animation. I think it's unbelievable. So it's number 6. Number 5 for me is Up. This was, for a long time, this was my favorite movie. I just really connected to it because of Carl's journey. A lot of people only appreciate the beginning, but I think that you have to understand that that beginning, is perfect as it is a sequence of regret. He feels like he let Ellie down and didn't give her the life that she deserved. And it's only through his experiences throughout the movie that he comes to realize that she really did love him all along, and that she's forgiven him for any shortcomings that he might have had. And when he sees that go have an adventure at the end, it's so moving and lovely. And then he decides to start a kind of a new life helping Russell. And I think that's just beautiful and great. And absolutely love the animation, and I love the music. And I think that Christopher Plummer works as a good villain. And it's just, I love it. I know a lot of people that don't love it, but I do. So it's at number 5. Number 4 is Beauty and the Beast. The Beast is such an incredible achievement. The whole story of the beauty is found within, and how they learn to love each other despite him being a beast. I mean, that's a moving story, but you have so many incredible characters and vocal performances. Angela Lansbury as Mrs. Potts is so great. I love Jerry Orbach as Lumiere. I mean, certain sequences are so gorgeous, like Be Our Guest is just unforgettable. And I love Paige O'Hara's vocals as Belle. She's an incredible singer, and especially at the beginning. And Gaston is such a funny villain. He's such a great villain. Goes to such a dark place just because one person doesn't like him. I think that that's really brilliant. And yeah, I just absolutely love Beauty and the Beast. Number 3, I have Spirited Away. And Spirited Away, I feel like it's such an easy choice for your favorite Miyazaki movie, Studio Ghibli movie, but it is true. It's my favorite. I love how just surprising it is. Everything that comes around the corner is new and unexpected, and something I haven't seen before. Was this giant baby or the dragon that turns into paper? Whatever it might be coming around the next turn is incredible. And things like No Face and the little coal kind of little creatures. I mean, just so much creativeness and inventiveness. The animation's absolutely stunning, and you get to see Chihiro as she goes through this bathhouse. She grows up, and she goes from being this whiny child at the beginning to being a woman who's confident and strong at the end, which I think is great. So yeah, it's just an incredible achievement, and I love it. Number 2 is definitely my most nostalgic pick. This won't surprise anybody, but it's The Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid is the first film I ever really fell in love with, and I absolutely love Ariel. I love Jodie Benson's vocals. I think Part of Your World is such an incredible I Want song, and I think that Ursula is such a great villain. She's so fun. Poor Unfortunate Souls is so great. Under the Sea, incredible. They had a million bubbles to make this ocean world come alive, and I love that. And I love how excited Ariel is when she comes to dry land, and her enthusiasm. And Sebastian, so funny, and it just means a lot to me. As like I said, as a little girl, I loved the film. I still love it today. I still think it holds up. It has some incredible Macon Ashman songs, and it has beautiful animation, 2D, hand painted cells. I love it for that. It's the last one that we really got from Disney. And so, yeah, I adore The Little Mermaid. And so, my number 1 favorite film of all time, everybody knows, it's not a surprise. My favorite animated film is Your Name from Makoto Shinkai. I absolutely love this film. I love how it starts out as being something kind of funny and madcap, and it brings you in, it gets you attached to these characters, draws you in with this very funny beginning, and it manages to bring in a lot of lore with very little exposition, because they're doing things while they're explaining this lore of the band, for instance, that the grandma's explaining, and how it ties them through the ages, or the lore of the sake, and how that can help them become one, and all of these things that are part of the story towards the end get explained at this beginning very seamlessly, which I think is so brilliant. I mean, the animation is absolutely stunning. With the comets, and the way the animation moves and flows is so gorgeous. I love the music from Radwimps. I think it is so great. I love both Taki and Mitsuha. I think they're such great characters. Mitsuha is so excited about going to cafes and experiencing the city, and I definitely can relate to that. And Taki is more sort of grounded and quiet, and I think as they're living in each other's skin, they get to understand the value of the human soul. And when he sees her on the train, he has that connection, and once you have that connection with the other, it changes you. And I think that it's so moving how he wants to find her. He wants to he feels her, that he feels he feels the value of her, and feels the need to save her, and that's why he goes and tries to find her later on in the movie. And I just think that's so beautiful. And then the ending, when they meet on the stairs and they know that they knew each other at another time, is so moving and perfect, and an incredible way to end the film. I just love this movie so much. I think it is funny. I think it's romantic. I think it's full of tension. It's got everything you could want in a movie, as far as I'm concerned. And it's my favorite. I just love it. And so let me know what you think of it. Let me know what you think of all 10 of these on my list, and my list as a whole, my top 50. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. And if any of you want to do a top 50 animated countdown, let me know, tag me, because I'd love to check it out and see what you have. But my list is, for this top 10, is Your Name at number 1, The Little Mermaid at 2, Spirited Away at 3, Beauty and the Beast at 4, Up at 5, SpiderMan Into the Spiderverse at 6, The Prince of Egypt at 7, Song of the Sea at 8, Tangled at 9, and The Secret of Nim at number 10. So Thanks again, everybody. Please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. Check out the previous videos as part of this series. And then also please support my Patreon. I'd really appreciate it. You get #AnimationJunkie shirts. Also lots of other great items at the merch store. So take a look at that. And I really appreciate all of your support during all this and all the great comments that I've gotten. And I'll talk to you all later. Bye, everyone.